Ruth.
Hi, how are
I
you?
am very well, thank you. What's going on with you? How's things?
I'm good. There's an absolute storm raging outside, though.
Whereabouts are you in the UK?
I'm Somerset, and to get the light, because it's so dark today, I'm right next to a massive window, and there's like cars flying past, trees going past the other way. It's quite brutal out there.
I mean, the lighting's good. It doesn't look like you're in darkness. So thank you for being a part of the podcast today.
Thanks for having me.
For those people listening and not watching right now, what are you wearing? Can you describe what you've got on?
Do you know what? I'm really glad that I looked at the last minute and it said it was being filmed, because I was quite literally, because I'm going to a dinner tonight. I didn't want any marks on my legs, and so I was in pants, and I thought, in case they take a snapshot of the screen, I'll just put a jumper on. So I was in this jumper and pants, and then I read it and I thought, okay, I'm going to put something on the bottom. I'm wearing, hold on, let me step back from my big chair. I'm wearing my favourite new jeans from H&M.
Oh, nice.
I got slippers on because I'm such a fashion person. And then my new cashmere jumper from Poetry.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, very cash.
You talking about putting pants on and then jumper just reminded me of lockdown and how many people had meetings where it'd be like pajamas on the bottom and like, you know, workwear on top. Let's talk about your first clear memory of clothes as a child. Like, what got you into fashion in the first place?
Oh, do you know, I almost think I'm a perfect person to come on this podcast, because although I have to get dolled up for stuff quite regularly, and although I was a model, I'm actually not that good at getting dressed and putting stuff together. It really stresses me out. And my first clear memory of clothes wasn't really a positive one. It was more, I was always really fine when I went to school, had a school uniform. But as soon as I got into adult life and I started having to put stuff together for myself, it was like I was always chasing an ideal of what I wanted to look like that bore no resemblance to how I lived or what I could afford or what would suit my lifestyle or, you know, my body shape or whatever. There was no rational thought to it. And I remember being in my late teens and just getting really stressed and thinking, why don't I ever look the way I want to look? You know, what is my style? I don't know what my style is. And I kind of still feel like that, but I'm at peace with it.
People
So
find
yeah,
that
it wasn't.
fascinating, you know, people like just looking at you from outside. Yeah, I think people would be surprised by that.
Well, the thing is that I think that it's got worse as well, because now with social media, everyone feels like they have to be styled. And I remember when, you know, when I was a child, you had stylish people and everyone went, oh, she's stylish, or, you know, he's got swagger or whatever. And everyone else just didn't. It wasn't as though everybody had to be these stylish people. And I feel like the pressure now to be stylish is huge. Everyone should have a look put together and a vibe and an outfit that's their go-to. And so I think that, yeah, I never really considered myself as somebody that was stylish.
That's fascinating.
Would be my first memory. Yeah.
Let's ask you about your comfort blanket then, straight off the bat, because have you got an item of clothing, like for example, you're going out tonight, have you got like a go-to outfit that you'll put on that you know you feel good in and you trust looks good?
Yeah, so my go-tos would be, I'm actually not wearing one tonight because a brand has dressed me for the dinner, but would be M dresses, because they're just cut, you know, when you find a brand and they're cut just right for you.
Yeah.
So I've got about 4 or 5 that I've got in the wardrobe, and if ever I think, oh my God, what the hell am I going to wear? It would be those.
Love that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you got into modelling, because this is a really interesting story, because you trained as a lawyer, right?
Right. So I was in my second year of law school. I was at university, and I put a picture of myself in Topshop. They had this cardboard box and it said find the next model of the future or whatever, and it was in collaboration with Model Swan, who, I mean, they probably still are, they're one of the world's biggest modeling agencies. And I was quite drunk because, you know, it was uni and we were always drunk, and I put this photo into the cardboard box and then didn't hear anything, forgot about it. And months later I got a call on the landline at home and they said, you know, you should come on down, we really like your look. And yeah, I just, you know, I had this I mean, it's a toxic trait that I'm overly unrealistically optimistic about stuff. So if someone says, oh, come, we really like your look, instantly I thought I'm going to be a supermodel,
I love that though.
which is what my book's all about, how
Yes.
not to be a supermodel. And yeah, a lot of the book is about that, actually, is about this kind of transition from just being this normal person to instantly thinking I was going to be the world's most famous, wealthy supermodel overnight. And so I left my law degree, went down to London, and actually did become really quite successful
Yes.
against all odds, because I'm not the tallest and, I've got quite a quirky look. And yeah, I did it for about 12 years altogether in the
Wow.
end.
But then, like,
Yeah.
your way of thinking, you're definitely going to be the biggest model, this is going to happen. I think that's really admirable because, everyone's all about mood boards and, writing things down these days. But that's kind of what you did, really. You were like, well, that's what I'm going to be.
I suppose, but it was more blind delusion and naivety, I think. Whereas people now, I think they're a lot more clued up about what it takes to get somewhere. And I just thought, why wouldn't it be me? And I'm the same with everything. I'm the same with when I started my blog, when I started that whole new era of my life. I just thought, well, why wouldn't it be successful? I sort of just throw myself into something.
I love that.
I mean, maybe it is a
I
positive
think
trait.
it is. I think it is.
Yeah.
It's better than looking at everything from, a negative perspective and going, oh, that's probably not going to work. Oh, I'm not good enough for that. I actually think it's nice to hear someone talk like yourself. So no, I'm all for that. In terms of like, when the modelling stuff kicked off, did that change the way you thought about clothes in everyday life? Like, was there more pressure to look a certain way? Like, did anything change?
No, because actually it's really funny. When you're on set as a model, you're being dressed in couture and you've got, vintage Galliano or whatever going on, brand new Vivienne Westwood that no one's seen yet. And you've got a trail of people who are dressing you and finding things for your hair and the right shoes and what have you. So you morph into this different person.
Yeah.
But what they want to see when they're casting you is jeans, vest top, or plain t-shirts and heels. That was it. No makeup, no hair done, really, really plain. And so that was kind of the model uniform, was very, very low key, just finding a really good pair of jeans, really good vest top.
Do you know what? That's the bane of my life, trying to find good jeans,
Me too.
I still don't know. I still don't know where to get a good pair. Is there any that are like your go-to? Is there any trusted brands that you wear? Like High Street, obviously.
H&M denim.
Really?
Do you know what? I've had every single pair of jeans known to man. I've tried every single pair of jeans. And so I used to love skinny jeans because I like the shape of the skinny jeans at the top, and then I like tucking them into boots.
Yeah.
And then as soon as skinny jeans got banned and everyone went, they're so unfashionable, it really ruined my life. It ruined my whole life for dressing because it chucked a whole thing out of the window that was my uniform. So then it's this barrel leg business and I can't be doing with that. I swear they just come up with stuff just to make you have to buy a whole new wardrobe of things. It says barrel leg, which honestly I've seen suits about 5% of people, yet everybody wears it. Then you've got wide legs and these massive legs that trail in puddles. So
this is so me. You're so me. I can't get over the fact I had so many pairs of skinny jeans, like so many. And then the day when it just felt like we couldn't wear them anymore, I felt like I looked so disgusting in them, which is ridiculous because the day before I was loving them. Like, how can it change in 24 hours? It don't make sense. And now I'm wearing baggy jeans. What is going on?
I know, it's mad though, isn't it? I've got the happy medium one, which is a slim fit or a straight slim. But you're right. So as soon as everyone started saying skinny jeans are out, I looked at myself and I thought, oh, who have I been kidding all these years? Yeah, they do look really awful. But yesterday I saw an influencer, can't remember her name now, and she went, and the whole reel, big title said, skinny jeans are back in. Best news ever. I've dug them out. They're all too small for me now, so I'm going to have to buy them again in a size bust. But hallelujah.
Oh, it's nonsense.
What a Christmas miracle.
It's so funny. You mentioned your book, How Not to Be a Supermodel, a minute ago, but it's all about your journey, about your experiences. You're very honest, obviously, in there as well. Were you ever worried about keeping certain things in, or were you just like, you know what, you can just take take the lot.
Yeah, a big part of the book is about having to stay really thin, but I was never really prepared to go the whole hog.
Mm-hmm.
So I never really did runway because I just wasn't thin enough. But I looked up yesterday, so my measurements were 34-inch bust,
Mm-hmm.
24-inch waist, and 34-inch hips, right? And I typed the measurements into this thing that tells you what UK size you are now and what that would be. And now that would be a UK size 6.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I was today's UK size 6. Then it was a UK size 10 because all the sizes have shifted bigger
Wow.
over the years. But yeah, I was a UK 6 and I was still kind of on the verge of always just being slightly too big. So it was a bit of
That
an
is
arse, to be honest.
wild.
Yeah.
I cannot talk to you without mentioning the naked Patrick Cox tennis shoot with Sophie Dahl. It's so good. So I'd love to know more about that, and also I'm really interested to know about your mum's reaction, because when she saw you on the front of a newspaper, she responded right to that.
Yeah, she wasn't best pleased, to be honest. But when I took that job, there were certain jobs that you got as a model and they were career defining,
Mm-hmm.
and they might be the job that catapulted you into stardom. I mean, in reality, it was never one job that would do that. But if somebody saw you working with someone amazing, and it was David LaChapelle, and he was one of the biggest photographers working in that day. I mean, he was absolutely huge. So it was with him, and it was Patrick Cox, the shoe designer, and he was really huge. And I thought, they said, look, you're going to be naked, but my agent said, you're going to be naked, but you're only going to be naked they're only shooting you from the side. So it'll be your side profile. And I thought, what's the worst that can happen? So I went to the shoot, hadn't really thought it through, and was sat on Sophie Dahl's lap in the tiniest G-string, nude G-string. And I can tell you, nothing else apart from these shoes. Oh, and a tennis headband, a sweatband. When you are that naked, it just doesn't, you are basically naked. It doesn't matter whether they take a photograph from behind, the side, underneath. You're naked, right? So I was really naive, and then that got picked up by all the papers because obviously, it was Sophie Dahl and there was nudity involved. And it wasn't like today when you've got all these big stories about, OnlyFans and whatever. It was, the media was almost kind of more prudish because you had Page 3 and stuff like that, but people weren't really openly, if somebody was naked in an advert, it was a big thing, right? So yeah, that was me. And my mum was she was a teacher, so that was great, in the staff room, and she was really chuffed. I can pinpoint just major times when she was really annoyed with me because there aren't that many, and that was one of them. In fact, they were all in that kind of period of my life from about 18 to 22, 23. I ticked them all off. So
out of interest,
yeah, didn't get down well.
that shoot, did you tell her beforehand what you was doing, or did you tell her after?
No, because by that time I hadn't left home, but I was half living in London. And so I was commuting, I'd had my own car since I was 17. I'd always wanted to just I was really independent. So I suppose she was involved, and I would tell her what was going on, and she would ask what I'd been up to that week and stuff. But there would be whole days or weeks where I wouldn't really touch base. So it wasn't as though I'd get home in the evening and go, oh God, guess what I did today? I was kind of adult and doing things off my own back, really. So yeah,
brilliant.
I don't think she was best pleased by that one.
Brilliant. So let's talk about your current wardrobe. So where are you with your current wardrobe at the minute? Like what do you live in? Like what if we looked in there now, what would we see?
Okay.
Clothes,
you would
hopefully.
See, yeah.
The tennis headband.
Dead bodies. You would see, because I live in the countryside, right? This is one of my biggest downfalls with dressing, and I reckon it's probably most of the women in the UK. I buy clothes for a woman that I am completely not. She doesn't have my life. The woman I buy for, and I think in my head that I'm going to dress for, she lives in London. She's got a chauffeur, right? She never has to encounter any kind of weather condition whatsoever. And she's married to sort of Upper East Side billionaire plastic surgeon kind of guy, property developer. She's got endless amounts of money, this woman. What she actually needs to wear, because she lives in the countryside, has a dog, a cat, two small kids, and is surrounded by mud, is she just needs to have loads of tracksuit bottoms and jumpers
Some wellies.
and some wellies. And you know what? If I had 2 pairs of tracksuit bottoms, 4 jumpers, a massive coats and wellies, that would be all I would need for 99% of my year. However, look inside my wardrobe and we have 4 different faux fur coats. We've got millions of dresses, loads of cashmere, lovely little pretty blouses. We've got a whole row of high heels. I can't even walk in high heels anymore.
Same. It's so silly. It's so stupid. Why
It's
do we do it?
ridiculous.
Why do we do it? Do you know the amount of times I've bought, like, because I love it when you see girls in like white jeans or like white trousers, then like a brown jumper or top, and I'm like, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna get my white jeans back out, you know, a nice brown boot with it. I have to get a train into London every day for work. I am stupid. My jeans, my white jeans are black by the time I get to the studio. What, like, again, it's just not practical, is it?
And also, don't you have this thing of, I love the idea of looking really amazing and flamboyant, but I don't want anyone to see me along the way, the general public, because I feel like a twat. Do you not get that? I've even got this thing about sunglasses. So I can only wear sunglasses if it's so bright that it's almost that I'm on the surface of the sun. Because if it's not bright enough and I could never wear them indoors, I feel as though I've got ideas above my station. That I'm trying to be Mariah, you know.
I actually don't. I'll just wear whatever I want. But I tell you, it's an accessory. I tell you, when I do feel like an absolute donut, it's having an umbrella up when it's only just spitting with rain. But the problem is, it's enough rain to mess your hair up if I've just washed it, because I'm a once a week washer. I can't be doing any more than once a week. But I hate having to put an umbrella up when it's not raining enough. I'm like, just give me all of the rain so I don't look like a twat.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. But you know what's worse? Umbrella malfunctions is when the wind blows it up and then immediately back down again, and then it showers you. It showers you with all the rain and it all goes over your hair. And you think the whole thing's been pointless, hasn't it?
Just life's pointless.
Yeah.
Oh, you're killing me. Have you still got stuff from like your modelling days? Like, have you got any bits and pieces, clothes, accessories and stuff? Like, have you kept stuff from back then?
I've got stuff that I would have worn to castings.
Mm-hmm.
Jeans, I've got some boots and stuff like that. But all of the clothes that I got given instead of being paid, it's so annoying now. I mean, they probably wouldn't fit me now, to be honest, but I had loads of Vivienne Westwood stuff, and it was all samples. So it was all things that hadn't ever gone into production. My friend nicked most of that, Lauren. So thanks for that, Lauren. And then I had, oh my God, I had this huge, big shearling coat that was maroon. That's in the book.
Oh my gosh.
That was amazing. I had loads of bits and pieces, but they all just kind of, as I moved and tried to whittle down my wardrobe each time, they all fell by the wayside, which is
so
really unfortunate,
annoying.
because I could have had a little museum of bits and pieces.
What about a birthday suit? So something you own that makes you feel $1 million. I know you mentioned like your comfort blanket, you mentioned the brand and your go-to dresses, but is there like one thing? It can be something comfy as well. It doesn't have to be anything like glam.
Oh, my cardigans.
Yes.
I love a long cardigan coatigan.
Yep.
But if I was going out and being glam, I like a short dress with everything else not exposed. So long sleeves up to there, but legs out.
Yeah.
But as the years are going on and I can't do heels quite so well, make myself sound 80. The short dress, they don't work so well with a flat. So I'm sort of, the hemline's getting longer and the shoes getting flatter, which is really sad, isn't it? But I do love I need to replace this, but I had a Marja dress. It was amazing. And it was black, sort of boucle, and it had these puffy sleeves, and it was really short, but it looked amazing with black tights and black tall boots.
Nice.
So I need something like that again.
Have you seen
that's what I'm missing.
Have you seen the heels that like are definitely a few inches and then they just like slot back in and then you've got a flat?
Does that exist?
Yes, I'll send you the link. I can't remember the brand off the top of my head now, but there are.
I had this idea.
Yeah, there's
I
shoes.
had this idea when I was a model, and I thought, no, it's ridiculous. No one will ever make
No,
that.
they do exist.
God.
I actually I was, all the spawn ads on Instagram and stuff. One of them come up and they're actual like mechanical heels that fold back in. So I'll send you it after. I'll try and find it. And
I wonder how they look though, because imagine if you were walking along and they just went, because you can guarantee that would happen to me.
I'd take the chance, to be honest.
No.
What advice would you give your younger self about clothes or style or modelling or just advice in general?
Oh, when it comes to clothes, I was terrible at buying things just because they were in the sale. Still am, actually. Do you do that? You see it's reduced and you go, oh, I've got to have that then.
Do you know what? I hate sale shopping. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I can't shop in sale. I don't know. It's for my head, it's too much. And I know I'm like the minority, but I can't. Yeah.
Is it because the reductions warp your sense of what you want?
I mean, I know a lot of us, obviously, loads of us shop online now, but I find it quite difficult, to be honest, even now to shop online, even though for time purposes, it's obviously easy to, but to walk into an actual physical shop and see a sale, I don't know. It's just, there's too much going on.
Oh yeah, no, I can't do a physical sale.
No.
I'm straight back out of the door.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. Zara, especially, and everything's just confused. I mean, honestly, I can count on one hand the amount of stuff I've bought from Zara in the last 10 years because I just find it a really unpleasant shopping experience. But I do love the outness. I love, because when I see, I think, oh God, it's 250 quid, or that's steep, but it says reduced from £4,800. I am done. That's me. It's game over. I'm handing over the credit card details. I cannot resist any kind of reduction. The same with homeware stuff. Soho Home, they keep doing this thing. They do it about 4 times a year and they go, oh, everything 25% off. And they have a price that's non-members price. Let's say it's £4,000. And then they have a members price. Let's say it's £3,000. And then they have a sale members price and it'll be 800 quid. I mean, I'm talking too big. The numbers are too big. But if you take them down a bit with their cushions and stuff, I think, oh my God, it's 90 quid for the cushion, but it was 320. Bang, bang, bang in the basket. It's so bad.
I'd hate to come shopping with you. You sound like a nightmare. Have you got an item of clothing or an accessory that you would hand down to somebody else?
Oh, yeah, I've got it here.
Oh, what is it?
I bought this for hold on. I bought this for my 40th birthday. It's a 1990 vintage Chanel bag.
Oh my gosh.
How 90s is that?
Beautiful. So it's black. It's got like describe it.
It's got the stitching.
Yeah.
It's lambskin, I think. And it's got this sort of oversized charm.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So I would pass that down. That's pretty much the only thing that I think she wouldn't go. She's 10 at the moment. Everything I wear, oh, what are you wearing? But I reckon she wouldn't turn up her nose at that. I think she'd have this.
So what's going on with you next year then? What's 2026 looking like?
Well, I always meant to start my next book as soon as the first one was out. And that didn't go to plan because it's been out for a year. So I need to crack on with book number 2. I mean, I think that's my main, that's going to be my main focus.
Love it.
With writing, it's really weird because I feel as though, because I love it so much, I almost feel guilty for making the time to do it. And because I've got to clear my work schedule a bit, well, quite a lot, to make sure I get the writing done, it makes me feel bad. I think, oh, when can I fit that in? But I think I need to make it more of a priority because, that's what I love doing. And so, yeah, that's my main focus, is to structure my week around being able to write stuff first and foremost, and then everything else is going to have to tuck in around it. And I'm going to buy loads of clothes in the sales all the way. And there's my other really bad thing I've been doing is Vinted.
Yeah.
So I've been buying stuff on Vinted. I can tell you my hit rate, I've bought 20 things now. 2 of them have been any good. And even those, I'm just kidding myself because I can't bear the hit rate. So I'm like, oh no, that is actually really nice. If it had been in the shops, I would have sent it straight back. Now I've got to Vinted all the stuff I've bought from Vinted.
Oh my God.
It's a whole new world of pain.
Let's talk about pain, actually, because the whole purpose of this podcast is talking about wardrobe malfunction. So to wrap things up, I suppose it would be great to ask you if you've ever had a wardrobe malfunction, and what is it, please? I feel like we're going to get a few from you. I don't know.
Number one, the big shearling coat that I told you
Yeah.
about, the maroon one. So I got that as a payment for a job instead of getting paid, right? And it was worth, I mean, then it was worth about £5,000. So God knows what it'd be worth 25 years later. But because it was a sample, they hadn't fixed the dye properly in it. And I wore it to Paris for this job for the world's biggest beauty company. And it was casting. And my agency said, basically, don't fuck this up. This could be life-changing, this casting.
Oh, God.
You need to go looking amazing. So I went and I thought, I'll wear this massive coat because it makes me look $1 million. And stupidly, I didn't take the Eurostar ticket they gave me. I thought, no, I'm going to fly from Birmingham because I used to live near Birmingham. So I went on a Ryanair flight and it dropped me in this weird hut on a runway about 3 hours out of Paris. I had to get 2 buses and it was really hot. It was unseasonably hot and it was raining. So I was boiling hot. I had a brand new cream Pringle cashmere sweater on underneath and really light coloured jeans,
Oh, God.
brown boots. And the coat, it was all round here. It had this massive, it was like Game of Thrones with a massive fur collar. It was all around my face. And I thought, right, I'll just go to Galerie Lafayette, the department store, and I'll go to the Louvre in there because they're nice ones. And I'll do the rest of my makeup before I go into the casting. And I was dyed bright red from here. It looked like blood as well.
All over
From
your
here,
face.
all my face. The jumper was like blood stains like this. The jeans looked like I'd been shot all over. So I tried scrubbing and I couldn't, it just wouldn't
Oh
shift.
my
I was completely
gosh.
dyed. So I asked my French friend who I knew lived in Paris, so I didn't know that well, whether I could come and use his bathroom to try and get all this stuff off me. I should have just bought a new outfit and some cleanser. So he said, yeah, okay. But my mum's in and his mum just wasn't impressed that I was there. I dyed her whole bathroom, which was white, red,
Oh my.
the towels, the bath sheets. I arrived at this casting with no makeup on. My hair was all like this. I was half dyed red. Oh, I changed into flip-flops
What?
because the boots were soaked through, and I thought I'll let the boots dry off. And because it was torrential rain, as I was walking to the casting, one of the flip-flops came off my foot because it was just rivers down the road and went down a drain.
Oh, come on. Surely
Yeah,
not.
all in one period of time. It was just the work. You think it can't get any worse than this.
Did you get the
So
job?
bad. No, and they complained.
No.
They complained to the agency.
No.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God. What did your agent
it's
do?
bad.
Because they told you not to mess it up.
Yeah, well, from then on, I was never allowed to go in same day to Paris or to anywhere to do anything. So I used to go, right, you go in the night before.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it was bad.
Give us one more, please, because I feel like you've got a few.
Oh my God. Okay. I didn't put this in the book because I never admitted it on the job that it was my fault. But I once
Okay.
did this shoot and it was really cold in the studio and they were quite nasty, the people I was working with. And so I had lingerie on and then these Christian Louboutin shoes and they were £900, which 25 years ago, I don't know what that would be now, but thousands, they were one-offs and they were sort of perspex heels and they were really cool. Anyway, I moaned so much about being cold that they bought in this massive space heater. Have you ever seen a space heater?
No.
They use them to heat, like an airport hangar or something. They're massive.
Oh,
They
okay.
look like an aeroplane
Yep.
propeller. Anyway, they put that and they said, right, you can rest one of your, we'll put it here. And he said, don't rest your feet on it though, because it's really, really fucking hot, basically. Anyway, they went off in those days. They took a Polaroid and then they had to go off and look at the Polaroid before they put the film back on because there was no way, it wasn't digital. There was no way of them seeing what they were going to get out of the photo until they'd looked at the Polaroid. It took about 3 minutes for the Polaroid to develop and then they looked at it with a magnifying glass and they looked at what they wanted to change. Anyway, while they were gone, I thought, I'll just rest my foot on top of this heater. And they came back And I was like, oh shit, get back into position, because you weren't supposed to move in between Polaroid and film back. You weren't supposed to move because it had to be exactly as it was on the Polaroid, so they knew what they were getting. As I took my foot from this space heater, the heel just stretched and stretched and stretched like this, like chewing gum. Honestly, it was about a foot, and they hadn't seen yet. So I took it off. I was like, oh my God. And I was trying to mold this plastic back into the heel shape. I was looking at the other one thinking, okay, sculpt it. It was like Play-Doh, boiling hot.
Oh, I'm crying.
And then obviously it cooled.
Oh.
It cooled and it was all just deformed. And then they didn't notice, actually. And then right at the end of the shot, they went, what has happened to this heel? No, because they were too busy looking at, the hair and whatever was going on. And the heel, it was like heel of Frankenstein. One of them was perfect, and it looked like some kind of abstract sculpture. It was all gnarly.
So what did you say? How did you get out of that one?
I looked really confused. I'm a really terrible liar. But I actually thought my life depends on this lie. And I just went, oh, huh? What's happened here? It was when I was moving it away, though, and it was because the little knobbly bit on the heel, that cap.
Yes, yeah.
It had gone between the bars. It had stuck between the bars. And so as I moved, if I just moved my foot, I think it would have been all right. But as I moved it, it just stretched.
Telescopic heel. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I think you win.
Yeah.
I think you win.
Is that the best one ever?
Do you know what? It has to be up there. I tell you what, my face hurts. I'm not even joking. My cheeks. Can we just sit here and be like really moody for just 30 seconds so I can't smile?
Okay. Do you get acid buildup?
Oh, there's something going on. It's killing.
I get this thing where I get an acid. I think it's a lactic acid buildup. It's from too much exercise. When we have too much exercise of the muscle.
Yeah.
I get it if I laugh too hard, and it all builds up there.
It's killing. But I wouldn't want it any other way. Before we let you go, we are just going to have to do a quick 60-second style spin, okay? I'm going to give you options. You've got to pick one. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. Heels or flats?
Oh, heels. What?
Cashmere or cotton?
Cashmere.
Suit or pyjamas?
Pyjamas.
Blazer or cardi? Know what you're going to say.
Cardi.
Yep. Red lip or nude?
Nude.
Dry shampoo or have a wash?
Iron dry shampoo.
Maxi or midi?
Maxi.
Your partner buys you a new handbag. It was lovely at the time, but they're now your ex. Do you keep it or do you return it and get some money?
You keep it.
Oh, you're going to keep it?
Oh, if you can return it.
What about if you get some cash?
How come you can return it?
Okay.
Yeah, I get some. You're leading the question. You're leading it.
Okay.
This is like total manipulation.
So you would sell your handbag on Vinted?
Do I like the handbag?
It's all right.
Oh, I take it back. Yeah. yeah. I take it back.
Mascara or moisturiser?
Oh, what? I have to have both. You should see, if I don't have mascara on, I look like a lab rat.
Oh, my God.
With little pink eye rims.
Well, you've completed it. That is your style sprint done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ruth, honestly, thank you so much for doing this. You've killed
That's
me.
okay.
This has been the most fun.